How's it, internet friends? What's up? This is Raymond Stops, and sadly, I got hit by COVID 19. Delta, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
This video is not to scare nor to promote fear. I have received well wishes, concerns, and questions online on what really happened to me when I got COVID 19. This is my way of answering all the messages I received from my friends and family when they knew about my condition. July 10th, Saturday, I had a meeting with friends for an event and we ate together afterwards. Picked up a few grocery items in a mall, then home. July 11th, Sunday, I drove my girlfriend to her meeting with a client and had my motorcycle washed. It was just an ordinary day and felt very fine. July 12th, Monday dawn, I started sneezing and the insides of my nose were itchy. In the morning, I got up to work. I am working from home, and I was starting to feel sick in the afternoon. I had colds with pure white phlegm. That night I started to feel chills and my body felt very heavy. July 13th, Tuesday morning. The cough was getting harder and I was extremely exhausted and my muscles were so sore, it was as if I went to a fist fight every day. July 14th, Wednesday. Fever, cough, flu went full on and I was not able to go to work. My fever was on and off, the flu got worse and I am starting to catch my breath. I get up to bed. On Thursday, July 15th, my fever was on and off and I lost my appetite and sense of smell. My sense of taste was there and I had the urge to eat, but my body was against it. And every time I went to the bathroom because of my diarrhea, I was catching my breath as if I took the stairs from the first floor to the fifth floor. My girlfriend worked on site, and that night she started feeling under the weather, like her body was run down and she was on the verge of getting colds. By then I was alarmed. She had a sideline gig and a wedding to attend to in the coming days and she was really looking forward to those events. She immediately took medications, but that didn't make things better for her. On Friday morning, July 16th, I woke up feeling kinda okay. I no longer had the flu, but I still had dry cough. My body felt very tired and this was the first time my fever went down to 37.8. I didn't have the appetite still, but I tried to eat as much as I could. Later around 5 p.m. I tried to get up and was catching my breath, but I ignored it and went to my stereo and played my Jeef's Dua Lipa CD Future Nostalgia just to lighten up the mood and to try to forget what was going on. I tried to sit on the chair, but it really felt so tiring and my head was aching. After dinner I went back to bed and took medications. That same day my girlfriend had fever and cough already, but still she attended to me to make food and give me medications. She was very thoughtful, tough, and she didn't leave my side. But I felt sad and guilty for passing the virus to her. July 17th, Saturday dawn, was one of the worst days of my life. I started vomiting blood. I was very scared that time and my fever was back again and I was still catching my breath. On July 18th, Sunday dawn, I had another episode of vomiting blood. I wanted to be admitted to the hospital. My girlfriend tried to contact hospitals and my insurance to see if they had vacancy and tried to ensure the coverage of my insurance. My GF wanted to be by my side and was crying in between, but having had symptoms, she was unable to go any further than our house. My sister Akiko and her friend tried to get me in St. Vincent Hospital and Chonghua for 5 hours, but to no such luck. As we were waiting outside of Chonghua sitting on plastic chairs, I was extremely exhausted and I was wearing double masks and a face shield all the time. My body was aching so much I needed to lie down. I lost all hope of being admitted, so I decided to go back home. On Monday, July 19th, my girlfriend contacted anyone she could think of who works at a hospital just to get me admitted. Most hospitals in the city were already in full capacity for COVID patients. While doing this, she had cough, flu, diarrhea, fever, loss of smell and taste, zero appetite, dehydrated with a headache and dizzy. Thankfully she was able to contact a batchmate who is doctor in perpetual at the COVID ward and who was kind enough to give us prescriptions and guidance. We were finally able to take the right vitamins and medicines. I still had fever, diarrhea, cough and my body muscles still hurt. Then later on in the afternoon we decided to do a swab test at home with a certified nurse that was my girlfriend's batchmate as well. And then it was confirmed. We both tested positive on the rapid antigen test. The nurse was very kind to us. She gave us great advice and offered help in any way she could. Day 1. House to hospital. On Tuesday dawn, July 20th, I had another episode of coughing, vomiting blood. This time it was really intense that the bowl was really full of blood. It happened again around 8 a.m. My sister Yuki called my girlfriend and they were both crying. Yuki was saying that I really needed to be admitted to the hospital ASAP as per advice of his husband Tito, which is a pulmonary doctor, since my vomiting is getting worse and I still had fever, diarrhea, cough and mild flu. On this day my girlfriend contacted a doctor friend in Soto Hospital who kindly gave us instructions on what to do, though she was not sure that I can be admitted because she is in the pediatric department, but she said to try since she contacted a friend in internal medicine as well. My mother called around 1 p.m. to talk to me about what happened and asked what she can help with since she is out of the country. She gave me words of advice not to give up and stay strong. I was very happy seeing my mother that time, and she was very thankful to my GF who took care of me. 2 p.m. my GF took the risk of asking her dad to take us to Soto so I can be admitted. We realized we were putting him at risk, but fortunately he was vaccinated and we took every possible safety measure. We sat at the very back of the car, opened all the windows, disinfected everything we touched, the seats we occupied, and we wore double masks and face shield even though it made us very dizzy due to lack of air. Finally I was called almost 7 p.m. since there were a lot of patients waiting in line outside the ER. We were given instructions to go all the way back to the COVID building, and then I was transferred to a wheelchair. On the door of the building, a guy yelled, "Arsenal, he is for room 205, bring him in." This was it. I was alone, and we passed by the first floor. The energy of the floor felt very dark and every room was full of people coughing or sneezing or lying down in bed with oxygens installed, and all the nurses were in PPE suits while I passed by going to the elevator with a nurse pushing my wheelchair. Finally I was inside my assigned hospital room around 7:30 p.m. at the second floor. In one big room there are 5 patients. A doctor interviewed me, took another swab test, mouth and nose, medications were given, and for the first time in my life, I experienced having a dextrose on my right hand. The first lady nurse that did it was very kind even though she had trouble finding a vein because I have small ones. She said that I have so many tattoos and this should be easy, is 123 for me. And I said, honestly, it's my first time having an IV. I'm a virgin, haha. And she laughed. She made small talk to distract me, then punched the medium needle in, and for me it hurt more than having my first tattoo. Sounds weird. Wednesday, July 21st, day 2 at the hospital. My fever went down to 37.6 and my blood pressure and oxygen level was stable, and every time I went to the CR and I had a hard time, still catching my breath. Food, fruits, and a pillow were sent over by my siblings Toki, Yuki and her husband, and Marie, which served as my snacks aside from the breakfast, lunch and dinner that was served by the hospital for all the COVID patients in that building. Everyone in the room had oxygen supplied except me. I tried asking for one, but the doctor said I will only be given when I am having the hardest time breathing. After dinner on that day I was told that I will be transferred to the 4th floor of the building. I had no idea why, and I had to fix my bags and other belongings quickly. Sat on a wheelchair again, and while I was on the move I see the 2nd floor rooms were full of patients too. Nurses were very busy attending with full-on PPE with face shields and double face masks. The energy of the 2nd floor was not as dark as the 1st floor, but still it felt so cold as I see the patients lying down with oxygen, watching me pass by. 9 p.m. I arrived at the 4th floor, room 402, bed letter E. The energy of the 4th floor was not as dark as 1 and 2, the lights were very bright and there were only a few nurses in sight. Still 5 patients in one big air-conditioned room. 11 p.m. I received an antibiotic via IV injection. Day 3, Thursday morning I woke around 5 a.m. because a medication was given to me. The aura of room 402 was way better than room 205, and I was able to sleep well. 8 a.m. a nurse came in to give me a lot of medications. 9 tablets for COVID that I have to take in one go. Other than that there were 2 vitamins, one for the cough and another antibiotic. The nurse also informed me that I was transferred to 4th floor because I was not a very severe COVID patient. It shed a little light of happiness in me hearing that. My fever and flu were gone, but I still had the cough. And when I spit, there was still a lot of blood. Day the 4th of July 23, Friday, BRGY. The Hague officials went to our apartment for contact tracing and swab test. On the same day at the hospital, my brother Hiroki sent me lots of food and fruits, especially oranges. Just in time because my appetite was back. Around 5 p.m. my bandmate Chucky and his partner sent me food also just in time for dinner. It was my favorite in the world, ginisang batong plus otan. Ate dinner like crazy and got my appetite back. It was a good day. Day the 5th of July 24, Saturday. I felt homesick, but I was happy to be admitted at the same time. I felt it in my body that I was healing while taking the medications. As soon as I got fresh clothes and my iPod, which were delivered from home, I distracted myself from feeling homesick. Jimmy Eat World Delivery was the first song that I played. Music heals. Day the 6th of July 25, day 14, August 2nd, at the hospital. Pretty much the same routine every day. 5 a.m. meds, 9 a.m. breakfast and meds, 12 noon lunch and meds, 3 p.m. fruit snacks, 7 p.m. dinner and meds, and of course a lot of rest and sleep. I would like to highlight here that I am very grateful to all the Soto Hospital nurses, doctors, and maintenance personnel, as they were very kind and attentive to every patient. They said thank you every time they handed over meals and medicines. They always asked how everyone was feeling in the room. When IV was empty, they quickly replaced it. Every day they risked their lives in order to help. The PPE that they're wearing are literally very hot to wear, plus double masks and face shields. One nurse told me that sweat was dripping inside his body while attending to a patient, but still they do it to help out as much as they could. I appreciate their risk and the work that they do inside the hospital. I ask the universe to bless their kind hearts. These also happened during those days. My dextrose was changed 3x, from left hand to right hand, vice versa. The CEO of our company, Fiona Kesby, sent me a care package with lots of healthy foods and juice. And Sol, the head of our marketing team with Nikki, always sends good news and encouraging words that I should focus on health first. Had a chance to watch Samurai X the beginning as my girlfriend sent me a lot of data load for Netflix. My brother Kazuki sent me a lot food, fruits and water, including my favorite guava fruit. My good friend Ian of the band KDB sent me a liquid food supplement. My girlfriend's friends texted me most of the time to check on me and offered their help. Grateful to each and every one of them. July 26th, my girlfriend was contacted by the BRGY that she was positive and needed to be extracted from the house. Her isolation day was back to 0 and was given the option to be brought to the isolation center or choose from 6 government-accredited hotels because home isolation is no longer allowed due to the rise of Delta variant cases and recorded home isolation deaths. A lot of reasons came to light as to why she should not go to the center, so we decided on hotel isolation. Thankfully, her friends took very good care of her by having goods delivered and even helped financially. We feel very blessed and grateful for the kind and generous friends we have. Last day at the hospital. Day 15, August 3rd, I was discharged at the hospital. My bro Kazuki and his wife picked me up and dropped me home. One big happy day. I could finally see my loved ones and dogs again. I went back to social media that day and it's heartbreaking to see some of my friends' black profile pics. Usually my feed is flooded with happy B-Day greetings and good vibes, but the condolences overpowered them. I wish we could win back our lives to normal again. I miss playing with my bands and watching gigs around town. I hope we get to achieve herd immunity soonest. Big thanks to everyone who helped us. Take good care of your loved ones, take good care of yourself. Stay healthy and stay kind in speaking with others about this pandemic.